Melissa can do that. All right, perfect. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. My name is Cliff Roy. I am a 40K with Le-vel. Our company is amazing, and our product is called Thrive. You may have heard of it. But what we wanted to do tonight is quickly have some friends together, myself, Ashley, and Joni. We wanted to come together tonight and just share a little bit about what Thrive has done for us. We'll give you a little bit of information about the product itself when we're done, so hang in there because it's pretty amazing. It's super simple, and you can get started immediately. So, oh, and I have dogs already sniffing under my door, so they're curious to see what's going on. So, well, like I said, a little bit about me. I'm Cliff Roy. I have been actually thriving for almost 4.5 years now. So I'd like to think I'm a little bit of a resident expert on these amazing 3 steps. For me, I'll tell you that my background is biology, pre-med. That was what my degree was in. That's what I was classically trained as. I had tried a bunch of things over the past probably 7 years before these 4.5 years started. Because I had a lot of digestive issues. I had a lot of challenges with any kind of energy whatsoever. I just had none. You know, for me, I'm a busy corporate dad. I have 3 kids at home, a disabled wife who at the time was really struggling with some serious medical challenges. And I was taking night classes for my master's degree at the University of Miami. So it was a lot of work going on, and you can imagine some very late nights and some very early mornings. And I was just tired all the time. I mean, to the point where I had people at work telling me to go get checked out because I was constantly yawning. I was downing diet sodas left and right, just trying to keep my eyes open. So when a friend of ours actually brought these 3 steps to us, we had tried everything before. Nothing had ever worked. I really didn't want to try these things. Like I said, big skeptic. Being trained in biology, but I know how the body works. And so I was open to trying these 3 steps. And basically someone gave me a 3-day sample. Well, over those 3 days, I took those 3 steps, but I didn't follow the directions correctly. I was self-sabotaging the whole time. And I felt nothing. I felt no difference. And of course, that was kind of reaffirming to me, right? I was able to tell myself, haha, I'm right. I knew this stuff wouldn't work. Well, the great thing is that my wife had a totally different experience. And she actually decided that she was going to grab our first month of Thrive to allow us to actually give it a chance to work in our body and for me to do the right thing. And I'm so glad that she did. So for me, it was until day 10 that I actually started feeling these 3 steps actually working. One, because I started taking it a little seriously and started doing what I was supposed to be doing, following the directions. But I noticed that on day 10, I had been energetic throughout the entire day. I had done my corporate job. I had gone to my night classes. I was at home, just getting ready to wind down, and realized that I hadn't had a diet soda all day. Now, that may not be much for some people out there, but for me, when I was averaging 5 to 6 a day just to keep my eyes open, not having one all day and not realizing that I hadn't had one all day was mind-blowing. And I can tell you that over the last 4.5 years now, it has only gotten better. The ability to be able to play with my 3 daughters because I have energy, the ability to focus at work without it. I haven't had a soda in over 2 years. It really is just natural energy now where I feel my best. And I don't want to give too much away because these 3 steps are amazing and we're going to give you guys a little bit more information. But to be able to have the energy that I have now, to be the dad that I want to be the husband I want to be, even be the employee that I want to be, and to be able to share these 3 steps with other people and watch their lives change, it's fantastic. It's great. All right, I don't want to say everything. Ashley, I want to be able to come over to you as a 12K in our company because you have an amazing story. And I love the way that you share with everyone. Could you tell us a little bit more about your Thrive experience?
Thanks, Cliff. I appreciate it. So I was a worn down, exhausted, stressed out mom of 4 boys. Still have the 4 boys. But when Cliff approached me 4 years ago and he was telling me about this Thrive stuff, I was a little bit curious. So he parted a few days of his experience with me, and I sabotaged it completely 2 days in, drinking my coffee left and right. No, I'm good. Meanwhile, I'm taking naps in my car on my lunch break. and I'm barely making it through dinner without needing to go to sleep at night. My life revolved around coffee and sleep. Every day when I woke up, I thought about sleep or coffee. That was it. That was for 18 years of my life I was suffering. So Cliff, as a genuine friend, tried reaching out to help me. I did not take that help. So it wasn't until 2019, after watching him literally thriving in life and his whole family thriving, that he made a post that really spoke to my heart. So I indulged a 3-paragraph post, comment on a post about my all-day routine. And after I hit submit, I looked at that and I was like, this isn't right. I was like, this should not be how my life is. I don't feel any different. So thankfully, Cliff reached out. He messaged me and he checked in on me like a good friend does. And we had a conversation. He brought up Thrive again. And you guys, it's like, it was divine at the moment for me, because that was the answer I had been looking for all this time. And I was open, just like Cliff was, I was open and receptive to change. I knew that nothing was working before, and I was ready to admit that out loud. So I got my 4-week experience. I leaned into the Facebook group to learn more about the product, but I knew that I trusted my friend, because he wouldn't be recommending and taking this product for that long if there wasn't something to it. So for me, it was the 4th day where I really started to notice a change. I knew that coffee wasn't helping my gut health, so I was ready to let it go. So I slowly eased off coffee as I was getting used to the Thrive experience, just 3 steps and 20 minutes in the morning, super easy. But on the 4th day was the day I forgot to actually even make my cup of coffee. I went down from 3 cups to 1 cup. It wasn't until after lunch that I had realized that, but I didn't care. I did not care, and I was okay with that. And this was the day that I really started to feel alive and balanced. Not in the way of having 3 coffees makes you feel. I didn't want to nap. I felt happier in my mood. I went to bed on time that night, and I slept really, really amazing. But my kids started to notice the difference. They started pointing it out. Husband started to notice. My friends started to notice. And it's so hard to describe. It is something you have to experience for yourself. So day 4 was the day that I decided to take the opportunity and run with it, because I was like, if this impacts my life in this way, who knows how many other people I can help. And so I just share what I love. And so I've been doing this for goodness, in just a month and a half will be 2 years for me, just for the same 3 steps every single morning, keeping it super simple. And depending on what my health goals are, I might add something from the plus line if I need to, if I want to tone or gain more muscle, if I want to boost my immunity. So it's fantastic that above the 3 steps, there are additional options, but my every single day is just the 3 simple steps. We all like simple, we all like quick, right? And so that's my morning typical routine, so that I can focus on my family and be there for them. So I was very, very fortunate to meet this beautiful woman, Joni, last year. And I'm not going to give her story away, but we met through a Facebook group. We met through a local community here. And she actually was like, I have some jackfruit to give away. And I was like, I actually been wanting to try jackfruit. Can I take some? And she's like, sure. But I was like, I don't want to take it for free. Let me give you some of this stuff that's been helping me called Thrive. She had no clue. So Joni, I placed that in your hands, and I'm going to let you take over and tell your story. But just to let you guys know, I actually do like jackfruit. So Joni, I never admitted that out loud, but I actually do like it. So it's all yours.
So yeah, the jackfruit, that was, we had the kids convinced it was a dinosaur egg. So when I took this 35-pound fruit and cut it up, it was everywhere and it stunk and it's sticky. And I was like, God, I'm not going to be able to get rid of all of this. And we actually, the Facebook group was for the playground and committee for the community that we both lived in. She's still there. I'll be back soon. So we were parents and in the same community. Our boys, our kids, well, I have not just boys, I have girls too. I actually have 6 children. And so when I made the post on Facebook, we had already been conversing back and forth, and I had gotten a couple of one of the Plus line products. I had one, whatnot, and they were still sitting on my dresser. So when she came to pick up jackfruit, and she brought me this thrive that I had been seeing her post about, and I was like, okay, whatever. We were in the process of purchasing our home last year, and when she brought this 3 steps, she's like, I'm not going to just take the jackfruit. I'm going to trade you, but you have to promise me that you take it exactly right, do exactly as I say. She gave me this long 1-page paper I still have. It's in my capsule jar beside my bed, and it told me, all the steps and what to do and what not to do. And I did it exactly. I promised her, and I did those 3 steps. It was just a 3-day mini, like a happy pack. And like I said, we were the week of closing on our house when I tried these 3 steps. And at the time, there was so much excitement and things were just going so good that I didn't know that my feeling good was greatly attributed to those 3 steps. So fast forward a couple of weeks, and I joined another Facebook group where she was having a happy, healthy party. It was digging more into the products and what it could do and the benefits and things like that. So I engaged in the party and won. I won a whole month's supply. And I was like, yay. So I didn't have to purchase it. I wouldn't have been able to at the time because every time we had was being dumped into our closing and moving and everything like that. So it sat on my counter for like 2 weeks, and I kept having these episodes. I had several medical challenges that greatly reduced my quality of life. So I was struggling to make it the kids on to their Zoom meetings, their classes. I was struggling to even make it through the day. I was extremely tired. My gut health was a wreck, to the point that my doctor said, okay, well, there's 1 or 2 things that's going on. You either have COVID or you've got really bad gut health and you need some probiotics. But we're going to put you on a broad spectrum antibiotic anyways, just to cover our bases. Mind you, we had just bought the house. We had been in the house for about 6 weeks. So, and I had not left the house. Everybody was being homeschooled. So I knew it wasn't COVID. And all I could remember Ashley saying about these 3 steps, this big box that I had sitting on my counter, was that it helped boost your immune system and that it had probiotics and prebiotics in it. I was like, okay, well, finishing up my cancer treatments a year and a half earlier, yeah, I need to boost my immune system. Everybody needed that. But the probiotics is what stuck because my doctor told me, get you some good quality probiotics. So I was like, called Ashley. Of course, she was still steady checking on me every other day or so. She was messaging me. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and try it. And day 1, I noticed that some of my issues that I was experiencing, I didn't have those problems that day. And I was like, okay, well, that's a good day. The next day, I was up moving around more because I tell you, I was bedridden. It was just all I could do to make it to the coffee pot. And I literally survived off of coffee and Pepsi. That's all I drank. I did not drink water. That was it. And I was still drinking my coffee with my 3 steps the first couple of days. It was a hard habit to break. I like Ashley and Cliff, that coffee before class, after class, before you're doing your homework, I was down in the coffee. So by day 3, most all of my stomach issues were eased up to where I was enjoying food again. And but it was really day 10 for me, where I had the energy. Everybody was in their classes on time. Mind you, I had 4 children e-schooling, 4 different grades, that everybody was on time. Everybody had all their homework done. And by 3 o'clock, dinner was done by 5 o'clock. I was doing some crafts and painting, and realized that I didn't have any coffee. And I was like, oh yeah, this is great. Well, because we were still in, we were only 2 months into our mortgage. And if you knew a little bit more of my backstory, I did not have the money to squeeze even my first month. So we get to the end of the month and it's Halloween, because my first day was September 28th. So I get to the end of the month, Halloween, and I go back to the community for an event, and Ashley brings me a couple of days, because I was like, well, when I get paid on the 3rd, I'm ordering. I'll do whatever I can. I'll order. So she brought me a couple of days to get me through until I could order. And so the next morning when I woke up, I was like, okay, do I slow start or do I just go full force? Because I feel like I've been hit by a Mack truck, or like the hayride that we had rode the night before. And I knew then that I wasn't going to go a day without the products, because I was active with my kids. I was not sleeping all day long. I was up moving around. I was being able to think clearly. Before Thrive, I'm an accountant. I have my master's degree in accounting, and I couldn't balance my checkbook. I wasn't making my bills on time. I wasn't getting things done. I was just barely surviving. And I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. So when I got the little bit of extra and my deposit come in, I hit the promoter button. I said, I'm going all in, because it was Cliff, when I got onto a Zoom meeting with Cliff and we were talking about it, and I was like, I really just cannot afford it. And he says, well, what about the business opportunity? It's a free business opportunity. My ears perked up. But I've tried network marketing in the past. I've tried to sell things, and I'm not a salesman. I'm an introvert. I don't want, that's just not me. He says, but we don't sell anything. The products work. You see that. We simply share our experience with others and let them know what is possible with these products. And so I said, okay. And I took a big chance and I went all in, and I won't look back. I'll never look back. So the 3 steps that we're talking about are the Thrive experience. First, you have 2 capsules that you take first thing in the morning, as soon as your eyes open, before your feet hit the floor, on an empty stomach with a full glass of water. Get your stomach prepared for step number 2, which is a micro-ionized lifestyle mix. You mix it up with your liquid of choice, preferably water or plant-based milk, and it's super fine. You just shake it up. You take that 20 minutes after your capsules, and then you put on the DFT. The dermafusion technology infuses the vitamins and minerals through the skin, which bypass the gut, where you get the maximum absorbency. All of the ingredients in Thrive are sourced in the United States. They are premium grade. They're manufactured in FDA regulated facilities that are GMP, NSF certified, and they're gluten-free, diabetic friendly, non-GMO, plant-based, and they're just amazing. So those are our 3 core steps. We do have plus line products, and you can also customize your DFT, or you can also customize your flavors. We have 6 yummy flavors. So that is the Thrive experience.
Joni, I love that, because you know what, as many times as I sat down with you and Ashley now over the years, I still get chills hearing you guys' stories. And I think what we really see that a lot of Thrivers have in common, right? And we're not all parents, right? But I think a lot of times us parents need a little bit of help when we realize how much work and energy and effort it takes to take care of kids. But even without kids, right? As we get adults, we always think that we've got to rely on some kind of heavy caffeine source to get through our day, right? And then we wonder, why do our stomachs hurt? Why is our digestive system so out of whack? Why is our body so exhausted? Because we're constantly riding that roller coaster of metabolism. That's what I love when I hear about, when we share our stories and when we hear other thrivers share their stories. It really is about these 3 simple steps, bringing our bodies back into balance, giving us the natural energy, calming our digestive system, and allowing our bodies to work the way that they're designed to work. And it really is that simple. There's no magic to it. It really is premium nutrition doing what it's supposed to do for our body. So I love it. So thank you both. One other thing that I wanted to mention too is that, Joni, you brought up the business side, right? And a lot of people get really scared when they talk about network marketing or promoting, or where am I going to find the time to do that? Well, we just talked about, all of us are pretty darn busy people, whether, corporate world, parents, master's degrees, we've all got a lot going on, but yet we find the time to be able to change people's lives with these 3 steps. And the great thing about this is that the compensation plan alone is absolutely amazing. All 3 of us are auto bonus earners, right? Just the 2nd rank in the company, and you're earning an $800 a month auto bonus. That's pretty darn amazing for just helping other people feel better and have more energy. So if that's something that you're interested in, please reach out to one of us. We'd be happy to get you some more information. It's an amazing community, amazing people. And it's wonderful when you have the opportunity to help other people, really just by, as Joni and Ashley said, just by sharing. That's really all we're doing. So thank you, everybody. Once again, really, really appreciate you listening in there. If you have any questions, reach out to one of us, or reach out to the person who shared this video with you. They care about you. They want to be able to help you. This is a great opportunity. And one more thing I forgot to mention, I almost forgot. Joni and Ashley were going to get on to me, but you could also thrive for free. So make sure you ask how you do that. Ask how we haven't paid for our Thrive in over, well, for me, in over 4 years. Purchased my very first month in March of 2017, haven't paid since. And the hint, you don't have to be a promoter to get your Thrive for free. So ask how. All right. Thank you guys, everybody, so much for tuning in. Hope you have an amazing, amazing night, and God bless.
By the way, if you have any questions, reach out to the person that shared this video with you and invited you in.
Please. Absolutely. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.